You know, I've traveled 10 million miles, won more than 150 tournaments, and played on thousands of spectacular golf courses. In the process, I've earned a reputation as the world's most travelled athlete. I don't know whether that's a good title or not. Everywhere I go, I meet wonderful people like you who want to know my favourite golf destinations, courses and resorts. That's what Gary Player Golf Vacations are all about. Together with AAA, America's leading travel organization, we've created this great new series so that you can see firsthand where to play and where to stay. We'll even take you to some of the area's best restaurants, attractions and nightlife. Now, you can always depend on AAA for emergency road service, that we know. But if you think that's the only way to take advantage of your AAA membership, think again. As a AAA member, you can travel the world for business and leisure. Your AAA travel professional will provide you with top quality service, only the best. They'll take care of your airline reservations, book your hotel accommodations, and arrange for a rental car to help you get around. AAA can even plan exotic cruise adventures and arrange special tours to destinations near and far. Best of all, your AAA membership can save you money and get you exclusive benefits and upgrades in your travels. Now your AAA membership means even more. As someone who loves the game of golf as I do, your AAA membership is the key to great golf vacations, or even family vacations that include golf. And I'm happy to say that AAA and I have joined together to bring you complete golf packaging. One call to AAA does it all. Hotel rooms, golf courses, restaurants, entertainment, the works. In a few minutes, I'm going to give you a golf tip that's sure to improve your game. In the meantime, here's an important tip for those of you who are not already AAA members. That's sure to improve your golf vacation. Just hit the pause button on your VCR, pick up the phone, and call AAA today. That way, you too can take advantage of AAA's world of travel benefits. Oh, and be sure to tell him Gary Player sent you. AAA's Gary Player Golf Vacations. Now this is golf travel with someone you can trust. In this edition of Golf Vacations, I'm going to take you on a tour of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. When it comes to golf, I doubt if any place on this earth rivals Myrtle Beach. Not just in the number of variety of courses, mind you, but in the quality of courses at reasonable prices. It's little wonder Myrtle Beach is known as the seaside golf capital of the world. A visit to Myrtle Beach, often called the Grand Strand, is a real treat for golfers of all skill levels. Just imagine a 60-mile stretch of land along the Atlantic Ocean that has so many courses you could play a different one every day for 3 months. About 1,500 different holes, more than 85 golf courses in all, with new ones opening every year, and layouts designed by some of the greatest names in golf course architecture. Donald Ross and Robert White got things started in 1927 with Pine Lakes International Country Club, Granddaddy. And since the golf boom of the 70s, more great architects have added their own special touch. Names like Robert Trent Jones, Rhys Jones, Dan Maples, P.B. Dye, even my good friends Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus. I had the good fortune to really get to know Myrtle Beach in 1990 when I was presented the challenge of designing the first Gary Player signature golf course on the Grand Strand, Blackmore Golf Club. We're proud of what we created and especially pleased with how well it's being run and maintained, which is very, very important. During construction, I actually discovered that Myrtle Beach offers more than great golf and perfect weather and the most beautiful white sand beaches in America. It is also the home to some fabulous hotels, superior restaurants, and exciting attractions and entertainment. So we're going to show off what we believe are some of the most spectacular courses in Myrtle Beach. Let you see the best places to stay, right into the kitchens of outstanding restaurants, really outstanding restaurants. We'll introduce you to an all-new live entertainment complex, take you to a great nightclub, and even show you how to get around in style and safety. No matter how much you love this wonderful game of golf, no matter how many rounds you play, you owe it to yourself to take time to see everything Myrtle Beach has to offer. Locals and visitors alike describe South Carolina as smiling faces and beautiful places. And that's what Myrtle Beach is all about. It's a vacation paradise. Now, before we take featured courses, hotels, restaurants, and attractions, let me take a minute and give you one of my positive golf tips. In 1961, when I won the Masters, I went to Hawaii and met Elvis Presley. I think this was one of his first lessons he ever had. He came out there and he had a real good knee action and good weight transference and a good waggle, and he actually was sort of... He really had quick legs and quick hips, and that's important. When you're playing golf, you've got to transfer your weight. When you go back, you've got to get that weight on your right side. And then you start down, the weight's got to move to your left side. So you've got to have good weight transference. It's like a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now the average weekend golfer, even those that play 5 times a week, some of them hit like this. They hit off the back foot, and now when the ball's gone, then they give you that beautiful big follow through. Learn to use your hips and your legs. Let them be lively, let them be quick, and you'll win the money. Okay, sit back, relax, and join me as we take a look at the finest Myrtle Beach has to offer. Let's begin along the northernmost tip of the Myrtle Beach area. Just across the border in coastal North Carolina, you'll find beautiful Sea Trail Plantation. In the 1970s, I had the pleasure of playing a few tournament rounds with golf director Mike Callum while he was on the tour.
Sea Trail Golf Resort and Conference Center is the only complete golf resort on the North Carolina coast. A 2,000-acre golf getaway just minutes away from beautiful and highly acclaimed Sunset Beach, Sea Trail offers superior accommodations, large-scale meeting facilities, fine dining, and even a first-class swim and tennis club. And it's all woven neatly among 54 holes of championship golf designed by celebrated architects Dan Maples, Willard Bird, and Reese Jones. The Sea Trail villas are, to say the least, impressive by any measure, some offering up to 2,000 square feet of living space, from intimate mini suites to 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedroom villas. And every one features its own screened-in porch or private balcony, many with fairways. A lot to do, but this is one place where you may be tempted to spend your entire vacation. And the golf? Well, take your pick. The Maples course, opened in 1986, is a classic Maples layout and the one favored by many of Sea Trail's regular visitors and residents. Now mature and delightful, this par 72 layout offers something for golfers of every skill level, ranging from 5,100 to more than 6,700 yards, meandering through the lush foliage around the villas and homes of Sea Trail. The Willard Bird course, newest of the three, is built around several large man-made lakes. Designed by the man most famous for his top-ranked Atlanta Country Club and the Country Club of North Carolina, the Bird course is picturesque and entertaining. Everyone will enjoy this course, but if length isn't your strong suit, the gold and red tees are just 5,500 and 4,700 yards respectively. Our visit to Sea Trail was more than we could have imagined. Facilities, attentive personal service, and great golf. But it's the Reese Jones course that will draw your special attention and probably find its way into your book of favorites. Water comes into play on 11 holes. Really into play. So be advised to leave your driver in that bag on a few occasions. This is a very tough test of golf. Jones has also carefully sculptured mounds alongside fairways and around greens which, depending on how you play them, can either really help your score or really hurt it. The course is a reasonable 6,700 yards from the back tees, just over 6,300 yards from the whites. But don't let the distance fool you. Between the mounds and bunkers and water hazards, even a scratch golfer would be hard-pressed to walk off with a par 72. Keep an eye out for some exceptional wildlife out there. Good golf course design and management actually attracts wildlife and provides a safe haven from both natural and man-made enemies. On the 13th and 14th holes, across the lake from the conference center and the Maples Clubhouse, look to your right. With some luck, you may catch a glimpse of the osprey that live on the tower nest sites the resort has built. Perhaps more than any hole on the Jones course, the par 3 fifth truly deserves to serve as the course's signature hole. You may have seen it in pictures, but nothing compares with the real thing. The elevated tee rises way above the lake, some 150 to 190 yards away from the oval green, with traps surrounding the backside and the lake in front. Oh, needless to say, too much club is much better than not enough. But just imagine pitching out of one of those bunkers with the pin tucked near the water. From start to finish, you'll enjoy all 3 courses at Sea Trail. We found the staff to be extraordinarily helpful, the accommodations and food superior, and the golf, well, you really couldn't ask for more variety and color in one resort. Sea Trail deserves at least 1 round, and maybe a week.
Adjacent to Sea Trail is panoramic Oyster Bay golf links. Even if you're off your game a bit, you can still take some great shots at Oyster Bay, if you bring your camera. This is really a gem, this Oyster Bay.
Recognized by Golf Digest in 1983 as America's best new resort course, Oyster Bay continues to attract golfers from around the world. And with good reason. Oyster Bay is a challenge at every skill level, and a sight to behold. Around every corner, approaching every tee, leaving every green, Oyster Bay is one breathtaking panorama after another. During our visit, we ran into the wife of a golfer who plays Oyster Bay every year on his Myrtle Beach golf vacation. She tells us this is the one day she skips the beach and insists on riding along, just for the scenery. We don't blame her. A classic creation by architect Dan Maples and developer Larry Young, Oyster Bay is just a hop, skip, and a jump from Sea Trail in beautiful Sunset Beach, North Carolina. So named because even though you're on America's East Coast, the sun actually sets over the water from late fall to early spring. All too often, today's golfer tends to believe that the length of a course is the primary factor in determining its greatness. But as Gary frequently points out, driving accounts for only 15 to 20% of the game. At 6,500 yards from the back tees, Oyster Bay won't demand many crushing drives, but it will require accurate driving and good shot making. Hit too many errant shots left, right, long, or short, and you'll need a calculator to add up your score. Among the attractions at Oyster Bay are the treacherous island greens. And this preview of those island holes may help you decide if you really want to take on this course from the back tees. For instance, look at the difference in the shot into number 15, a manageable 135 yards from the whites, a menacing 210 yards from the back tees. And presuming your ball lands safely on the green, keep a lookout for the residents of this island. It was our first glimpse of the alligators that are famous from the Carolinas south and best left to sunning themselves. The 17th The other island green, par 3, is much shorter at just 165 yards from the back tees, which also sits atop a bed of shells. But as you can see, there's no bailing out. And if your ball somehow rolls into the oyster shells, getting up and down is nearly impossible. It's the abundance of locally harvested oyster shells that have been used to shape and define each hole and give this fantastic course its name. At the par 4 13th, Oyster Bay's signature hole, and we believe one of the most impressive golf holes you'll ever see, the green sits alongside the marsh atop a retaining wall of shells. Head pro Jeff Hazel, even with prevailing ocean breeze in his face, actually drives this green on occasion. But for most of us, playing the hole as it was designed require awesome power. A strategically placed 5 of average length followed by a medium or even short iron fastest route to a par or a birdie. No hole better demonstrates what Oyster Bay demands golf hole skill levels. As Gary Player says, just play within yourself. Number 13 also offers solid proof that Oyster Bay's ranking is well deserved, and why including it on your AAA Gary Player golf vacation is a must. It's a fact. Great resorts begin with great rooms, and the Beach Cove's 260 all-ocean front executive suites are just that, accommodating as many as 6 guests. Every handsomely furnished suite includes a sofa bed and fully equipped efficiency kitchens with microwave ovens. You'll be tempted to stay in your room until you peer over your balcony. A true tropical paradise, the Beach Cove offers indoor and outdoor pools, 2 relaxing whirlpools, men's and ladies' saunas, and even poolside racquetball. The soda shop is perfect for light snacks and ice cream creation. In season, lunch and a beverage at Bribana. The breakfast buffet at the Tradewinds Cafe is a favorite among golfers. Chaser's Lounge is the perfect place to call it a day. And if you're mixing golf and business, you'll find more than 7,000 square feet of meeting rooms and a thoroughly professional staff to handle every detail. All of the premier courses featured in Golf Vacations are among the great golf packages offered by the Beach Cove Resort, on the ocean just east of Barefoot Landing. The special ingredients that the difference between an average meal and a truly memorable one are the mainstays at Umberto's, and a convenient location on the popular Barefoot Landing certainly does help. And size is all important. Too big, and attention to quality and service suffers. At Umberto's, it's not the size of the restaurant, but the size and quality of the servings that will impress you. Ample portions of secret family recipes draw golfers from around the world. But a rich Italian heritage insisting on the best ingredients is the real reason why hosts Bob and Rosemary Montanati hand-select fresh ingredients 3 times a week from the finest area farms. You're encouraged to make reservations as you plan your golf vacation at Umberto's. Among golfers, the best Italian restaurant in the Carolinas.
Next stop, Marsh Harbor, a top-ranked course that's a great test of skill. It's also one of course can actually hit a drive one state across another and back.
The golf course boom along the Grand Strand actually began in the 1970s, but the opening of Marsh Harbor in 19 triggered national attention. Ranked by Golf Digest as one of the best 25 courses in America, Marsh Harbor was the first collaboration between Dan Staples and developer Larry Young, and it set a standard that's tough to match even for them. Much of the course winds its way through the tall Carolina or loblolly pines that are a trademark of this area. This course is always handsome, but if you happen to visit in the spring, you'll find Marsh Harbor awash in color, thanks to the hundreds of brilliant azaleas that surround many greens. It's the fabled marsh holes, a fearsome foursome that closes in back nines that will likely burn Marsh Harbor indelibly into your golf memory. Stretching along the marsh and barely within view of the ocean, you're liable to catch a glimpse of a fishing boat, pleasure craft, or tote. And these holes not only offer up spectacular views, but true tests of skill with little room for error. Number 17 is frequently mentioned among the most beautiful on the Grand Strand. A par 5, it's not its length that makes par an exceptional score here. This is target golf. Choose your clubs carefully. A tee shot of about 220 yards will leave you a mid-iron shot across the marsh to the second land area surrounded by wetlands. Then, you're still left with 120 to 160 yards over the final salt marsh to a large green, again surrounded on 3 sides by, you guessed it, more. And the 18th? Well, it doesn't get any better than this. The tee area could double for a picnic site, and only a long drive can make your approach across the pond to the shallow tiered green reasonably easy. Marsh Harbor continues to score high marks among those who rank courses who know the Grand Strand. While dozens of outstanding golf courses have opened since this course redefined Myrtle Beach golf, few will ever rival Marsh Harbor for demanding golf or sheer beauty.
Opening in 1990 to rave reviews that continue to this day, Tidewater Golf Club and Plantation attracts golfers from around the world, weaving its way through the woods to spectacular views of Cherry Grove and the ocean. Tidewater is truly golf at its very best.
Just about everything positive that can be said about a golf course has been said and written about Tidewater. It's difficult, if not impossible, to pick out that one element about it that places it on top year after year. Its superior design by owner Ken Tomlinson, created with great care to maximize the use of this land and provide a great environment for wildlife, and to offer up truly challenging golf, will simply bowl you over with its beauty. At first, Tidewater may lull you to sleep, but when you drive through the woods and emerge to the tee box at number 3 is nothing short of spectacular. There, spread out before you, is the marsh, then Cherry Grove, a long-time summer resort, and then the vast horizon of the Atlantic Ocean. Take a good look, because that's just the beginning. There's more to see, and the third hole itself is your first inkling that this could become difficult. A par 3 of just 150 yards from all the way back. You better not hook your ball. And if you hit that perfect tee shot, you may still find yourself with an impossible putt. The 2-tiered green can play havoc, especially if you have to putt from the top level to the tiny neck below. It's truly one of the few par 3s you may ever see where you can hit the green and make double bogey. Number 4 is no walk in the park either, although a straight drive up the right side should set you up for a long approach shot to a beautiful green. And once you're on the green, just turn around and look. The view back is, well, probably just what you find here in Myrtle Beach. The course then winds its way through the woods, offering up some interesting challenges along the way, and then out to the west side along the waterway to number 8 and the par 3 ninth. Then you get to do it all over again, because the path through the woods to number 3 is also the path to number 12, Tidewater's signature hole. A difficult 100 yards with a large green virtually surrounded by marsh that swallows up every day.
12th hole on the course is absolutely beautiful. It ranks with the Port Royale, the 17th hole, one of the most scenic holes.
Now, if you haven't taken out your time, when you get to the green on number 13, after you putt, take a look out the ocean. Unbelievable. The 16th is a par 5 with its green nestled along the waterway where yachts and working boats of every size and shape plying the safe waters. All in all, Tidewater is a testament to designing natural environment that's hard to beat. If you play Tidewater, you did something very special. Let me tell you about Ocean Creek Resort, a 57-acre oceanfront resort so complete that except for golf, you'll never have to leave. Ocean Creek has earned a reputation for superior service and the finest accommodations, service, and amenities. The oceanfront towers are visible up and down the Grand Strand. The lodge and tennis villas, the greens, and garden homes are just seconds from the beach, minutes from golf. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom condominiums offer full kitchens with dishwasher and luxurious living and dining areas and spacious bedrooms. Ocean Creek offers everything from bike paths to tennis courts, from swimming pools and whirlpools to beach volleyball. There's even a manicured practice green to help you tune up for that big match. Meeting facilities accommodate groups of all sizes, and the fabulous Four Seasons restaurant offers delectable dining. Spectacular Ocean Creek Resort. Truly a golfer's paradise. Now, if good food at reasonable prices and a great setting are fundamental criteria for dining during your golf vacation in Myrtle Beach, you'll really want to include the Old Pros Table. Situated on a tidal marsh just across from Barefoot Landing in North Myrtle Beach, the Old Pros Table offers fresh everything. Sumptuous Angus beef, fresh seafood, chicken and pasta dishes, and homemade desserts. For those of you who attempt to follow Gary's regimen of lighter fare, the Old Pros Table was the first in the area to offer their petite dinners. But this is much more than a fine restaurant. It's a golf museum. It's been called the greatest collection of golf memorabilia in the world, some of which is hundreds of years old. Ancient clubs and autographed photos of golfing greats. You'll need at least an extra hour just to see it all. So go for the food or the museum. You won't be disappointed at the Old Pros Table.
A must-stop on your Myrtle Beach golf vacation is Pine Lakes International Country Club, the granddaddy. Pine Lakes is all about golf's heritage. Ladies and gentlemen being treated like ladies and gentlemen. The starter, dressed in full Scottish regalia, offers some local knowledge as you prepare to tee off.
At the 150 mark, we have a large white stripe across the cart path, all right? Now, give me the caustic and the Rawson party, please.
Be sure to take a minute and introduce yourself to longtime head pro Augie Swarrett. If you're lucky, you might even get a glimpse of his swing, one of the most graceful in the game, and the starter will always tell you when it's a good shot, "Great shot, laddie."
Thank you, Gary. I've been the head pro at Pine Lakes International Country Club since 1962. The golf course is prepared for our customer daily. We enjoy just serving our customer, pampering our customer. The golf course itself is old, traditional. You can see by our clubhouse, it matches the flavor of the golf course.
Pine Lakes is to Myrtle Beach golf what St. Andrews is to Scottish golf. There's only one granddaddy. This is home. Designed in 1927 by Donald Ross and Pine Lakes founder Robert White, first president of the PGA, Granddaddy only golf course here for many years. This is where the nation's elite gathered to rely on Southern hospitality and the gentleman's game. Today's Pine Lakes is a country club with more than 10,000 members around the world. It's an experience you'll never forget and a round of golf on a course that's been played by all the greats throughout the years. You won't find any gimmicks or trick holes here. Instead, you'll know you've added your name to the list of golfers who have tread this hallowed ground. The buildings and grounds are something to behold and treated with the utmost care. Every now and then, signs of the 21st century will pop up. The new Rolls-Royce-style golf carts are one example. Our guess is you'll have a pretty good round of golf here, because rather than worrying about everything from your grip to your stance, you'll be enjoying the experience. You're always considered an honored guest here, so in the spring and summer you'll be treated to complimentary mimosas as you approach the third tee, or in autumn as you prepare to tee off the par 3 7th. Pine Lakes serves up a time-honored tradition, the Granddaddy's Low Country Clam Chowder, brewed in a kettle over an open flame. Even without the chowder, this par 3 is head pro Augie Swarrett's favorite hole. It can quickly become your watering hole, too, if the lake in front and out of bounds and back come into play. Pin placement on the bottleneck-shaped green can affect your club selection dramatically. So, sip your chowder and choose your weapon carefully, and you'll have fond memories of number 7. And as for the club cleaning ceremony at the end of your round, well, check this out.
Sir, did you enjoy your round out there today? What we're going to do now, we're going to take care of your clubs and shoes. We're going to wash out all your bad shots and wash you in pars and birdies. clean grooves make the ball go straight, sir.
Pine Lakes International Country Club. Come early, stay late, take it all in, and then count yourself among the lucky golfers who have experienced the Granddaddy. Like Kentucky and South Africa, Carolina farms breed some beautiful horses. And as a breeder himself, Gary Player knows a true thoroughbred when he finds one. On the Grand Strand, golfers who appreciate fine dining know thoroughbreds too. A net rated Myrtle Beach landmark for years, Thoroughbreds has been expanded to meet the demands of golfers and locals alike who have come to expect its superior service, atmosphere, and unparalleled cuisine. An authentic Churchill Downs theme is carried throughout, offering intimate banquet or elegant patio dining, as well as the new derby and hunt rooms that accommodate even the largest gatherings. But the true measure of Thoroughbreds is its dedication to preparing and presenting mouth-watering beef and seafood creations. Our suggestion? Reserve at least one night to experience the very best. Thoroughbreds. It defines Restaurant Row. We think you'll find that few resorts in all the world rival the variety of accommodations available at the spectacular Caravel Golf and Family Resort. 8 buildings boasting 420 spacious units stretch along 720 feet of beautiful white sand beach. The Caravel offers oceanfront suites and rooms, 2-room suites, and even 1, 2, and 3-bedroom villas. Choose from efficiencies with compact kitchens to suites and apartments with full separate kitchens, refrigerators, stoves, and microwaves. Outdoor pools and the lazy river ride are tempting during Myrtle Beach's many months of summer weather. Year-round, the enclosed pool, whirlpools, and saunas are the perfect post-golf relaxer. Dining options range from cooking up concoctions in your room to the Marco Polo poolside grill and season to scrumptious meals served in the casual atmosphere of the Santa Maria restaurant. Incomparable, the Caravel Golf and Family Resort.
Any trip to the Grand Strand deserves a visit to the Atlantic Intracoastal Waterway. Safe passage for all sailors taking their annual trek from the northeast to the Florida Keys. The waterway serves as the western border of the Grand Strand, and it runs right past Myrtle Woods Clubhouse. What a fantastic view! And the 18th green at the Palmetto Golf Course. Doug Hart is Vice President of Golf Operations here, and he's also one of Myrtle Beach's most knowledgeable golf experts.
Thanks, Gary. Folks, we're really pleased to have the opportunity to tell you about Myrtlewood Golf Club, located right in the heart of the beach. 36 championship holes and 2 distinctly different courses, the Palmetto course, which you're seeing the 18th hole, and the Pine Hills course. The Palmetto, more of a traditional layout, built in 1973, has wide fairways, large greens, very few bunkers, easy to roll the ball up onto the green. The Pine Hills course, which is a rebuilt course, originally built in 1966, Arthur Hills came in and redid the whole course in 1993, is more of a target course. Narrower fairways, small greens, undulating greens, more precision needed on every shot.
We found both courses in great shape in spite of the summer heat, a tribute to the club's commitment to superior conditioning. As Doug likes to say, this is often called Myrtle Beach's back-to-back challenge. Pine Hills is, well, just that. Interesting mountain that gives the course a texture and feel of its own, very distinct from most other Myrtle Beach courses, and a very tough test of golf as well. Its fair strategically placed and water hazards can cause your score to soar unless you're careful. The Palmetto course, on the other hand, is a standby favorite for locals and visitors alike. Long, generally wide fairways will tempt you to swing away, but the Palmetto wins more than it loses. The 4th hole, one you can see through the forest along the bypass in Myrtle Beach, is a splendid par 3, and the lake between number 3 and 4 is a home to great blue herons and egrets. Its green, like all those at Myrtlewood, is like a fine carpet. Excellent putting surfaces. You won't be able to blame a 3-putt on any one of these greens. An unusual feature at the Palmetto is the halfway house. Since the 9th winds up as far from the main clubhouse as you can get, this mini clubhouse at the turn is the perfect stop for your favorite refreshment. The back nine winds through forests, beautiful neighborhood with ample water and spawning bunkers, but it's the two closing holes here that deserve extra coverage. The 17th is a testy par 3 with a wide but shallow green, tough to hold during the late summer. But during the spring, with azaleas in bloom along the back, it's a sight to behold. And 18? Well, if you're playing the white tees, it's fair and just plain beautiful. The waterway all along the left side and a fairway that opens wide to the right. But if you're playing the back tees, you may regret it. From the whites, the back tees are a full 95 yards further, across a footbridge and up a hill, and yes, it's still a par 4.
Come here at least 3 times a year. Been coming here for the last 25 years. Preferably, I love to play Myrtlewood. Preferably, I like to play the Palmetto course, but I like both courses. Great golf course. They treat you well here.
If you can, try to schedule your tee time at Myrtlewood in the afternoon at least once. The sunset, the 18, and the clouds are a fabulous way to end a great day of golf.
Thanks very much for giving us the opportunity to tell you about Myrtlewood Golf Club. And on your Gary Player golf vacation, we certainly hope that you'll play with us at Myrtlewood Golf Club in Myrtle Beach.
Since the early 60s, the Breakers Resort Hotel has been a leader in golf vacation packaging, providing guests superior accommodations at great values and offering play on literally all the beach's 80-plus courses, including the Dunes Club, site of the Senior Tour Championship. Located right on the ocean, the Breakers is a favorite among golfers from all over the world. Spacious, comfortable rooms provide the perfect place to forget the bad shots or celebrate the great ones. Keep in shape in the exercise room, relax in the sauna, or unwind in the whirlpool. Take a dip in one of the pools, enjoy a beverage at the Sidewalk Cafe, or dine at the popular Brook Green Room in the North Tower. Then party the night away at the top of the green. Meeting rooms accommodate from 2 to 200 people. Great golf, superior service, and luxurious accommodations. The Breakers Resort Hotel and North Tower. Proud guests since 1929. Myrtle Beach, like most popular beach destinations, has seen its share of nightclubs come and go. But few resorts anywhere, and perhaps no golf resort anywhere, has a nightclub that can rival 2001. Open since 1980, 2001 is really 3 clubs in one. This is where Myrtle Beach gathers, locals, visitors, and golfers alike. So you're bound to meet people here. There's Yakety Yaks, which holds all sorts of shows from great bands to dueling pianos, and Razzie's Beach Club, the best beach music on the Grand Strand. Do you know how to shag? And then there's Pulsations, the high-energy club for today's most exciting sounds and top-ranked lines from around the world. Well, it's all happening every night at 2001 along Restaurant Row. You can't miss it, and you shouldn't miss it. If you've golfed in Myrtle Beach, you already know all about 2001. If you haven't, you're in for the time of your life. 2001. Be there.
When I first went to Europe, one of the first types of golf courses I played on was a links-style course, and eventually I won the British Open 3 times on them. In 1959 at Muirfield, in 1968 at Carnoustie, and in 1974 at Royal Lytham. I enjoy playing links-style courses, and I've always believed they're a great way for a young pro to fine-tune his game. You'll find a taste of Scottish links at the Legends. Tim Jackson is the hard-working young pro at this 3-course complex, complete with on-site villas.
The Legends Clubhouse, which looms majestically before you after a 2 or 3 mile drive through Carolina pines, looks very familiar. It's all part of the intrigue and charm of this fabulous facility, designed and built in the tradition of the greatest Scottish links: St. Andrews, Royal Lytham, Carnoustie. Legends' 3 challenging and very different courses all rank among the area's finest, and for that matter, are considered to be among the best golf courses in the nation. The newest of the 3, Parkland, opened in 1992 and surprised locals and frequent Myrtle Beach visitors. This course weaves through dense Carolina pines and marsh to numerous elevated greens. Massive fairway bunkers like these on the fourth hole can take away any chance of making par in a hurry and add a true visual appeal to the excitement and the experience. And there's just enough water on the Parkland course to keep you honest, too. The ninth hole is a short par 4, but it offers a great panorama of everything that comprises the Legends courses. On your left, the Scottish Villas at Turnberry Park. A 1995 addition to the Legends, these handsome and spacious villas provide a perfect place to stay for the vacationer with one thing on his mind: golf. There's even a village hub for trading stories every evening. It's a good bet that some of those stories are bound to be about the Moorland course. Described by one of the assistant pros as an e-ticket to Disney World, Moorland is a par 72 masterpiece reminiscent of PGA West. A design collaboration between developer Larry Young and architect P.B. Dye, Moorland seems to have been sculpted by the ever-present, ever-changing wind. Greens and fairways are surrounded by grassy, rolling mounds. Giant waste areas and fairway bunkers redefine the term pothole. Thousands upon thousands of railroad ties carefully woven into bulkheads abruptly separate fairways and greens from marsh, ponds, and lakes. This is one controversial golf course and one memorable one. But golfers of all levels from all over rave about it.
Hi, we're the Kemps from Pontotoc, Mississippi. We decided to come to Myrtle Beach this year. We're avid golfers, and we've heard a lot about Myrtle Beach, and we've heard a lot about the Legends. And we also have children, and Myrtle Beach has a lot to offer other than just playing golf. There's a lot of things at night and in the afternoons when you're through with your rounds. We've played a lot of nice golf courses, and we played the Legends. This is the second time we've played it in 2 days. Yesterday we played the Heathland, and it was wonderful. We really enjoyed it. I would say it was one of the top courses I've played. Today we're playing the Moorlands, and it even adds more challenge than what the Heathlands did yesterday to me, and I think, don't you? Yes. We really like it. We really like this course, and I'm sure we'll be back.
The 16th hole, also known as Hell's Half Acre, is an example of how you can be lulled to sleep at the Moorland. Though it's just 285 yards long, only a desire to challenge the impossible would allow the biggest hitters to go for it. The elevated shamrock-shaped green is surrounded by bunkers over 15 feet deep, which can force even the best players to chip back to the fairway to have any chance of hitting the putting surface. We followed head pro Tim Jackson as he demonstrated the perfect way to play his favorite hole, the 18th at the Heathland course. Jackson also offered up a tip about the proper repair of ball marks that's worth heeding.
Okay, one thing we like to preach to everybody that comes to play our courses is golf etiquette, and part of that is fixing your ball marks on the green. We always ask to replace yours and one other. Proper way I like to do it is just stick your tee in at the back part of the ball mark and just lift up. That way it should pop it right back into place, and take your putter and just smooth it out for the next person who comes by.
When planning your AAA Gary Player golf vacation, you might want to give serious consideration to spending some time at the Myrtle Beach Golf Academy. Teaching pro Matt Leslie offers a range of programs, many that include rounds at the Legends, and all are designed to improve your game. Avid golfers have been making the annual trek to Myrtle Beach for years. The Legends courses, Heathland, Parkland, and Moorland, have added a dynamic and legendary dimension to Grand Strand golf. You know, how you get around Myrtle Beach can be as important as where you go. Midnight Express Limousine provides the best, most efficient, and safest way to enjoy your visit. Courteous, professional, knowledgeable chauffeurs will whisk you and your group in air-conditioned privacy and comfort to the area's top attractions. They'll recommend the best places to dine and enjoy the beach's most exciting nightlife without a worry. And with Midnight Express, your admission fees to the top clubs are included, a savings that can easily offset the already reasonable cost of your limo. 24 hours a day, golfers who know Myrtle Beach know the safety, privacy, and convenience of an elegant motor coach by Midnight Express limousine.
Among oceanfront resorts, Kingston Plantation is in a class by itself. A half-mile of white secluded beach and 145 acres of gardens and park-like vistas set the stage for an incomparable golf vacation. Your days here begin and end with the quiet thunder of the majestic Atlantic Ocean. A myriad of activities and facilities await you at Kingston Plantation, all to captivate your senses and ensure golf vacation or conference experience. Your dining options are equally pleasing, from the sophistication of Carolina's Grill and Specialties to the casual poolside appeal of Splash Cafe. The all-new Swansea Conference Center boasts 50,000 square feet of meeting space and hosts banquets for up to 1,400 people. Beautiful accommodations are designed to suit every taste. Whether you prefer a luxury oceanfront suite or romantic clusters of lakeside villas and townhomes, Kingston Plantation will exceed even uncommonly high standards. Close to everything, away from it all, Kingston Plantation, a Radisson resort.
As a golf course architect, I believe in what I call design playability. In short, each hole should reward golfers for proper club selection, good shot making, and smart decision making, and it should also be beautiful. That was our philosophy when we designed Blackmore Golf Club.
Blackmore opened to top reviews in 1990 and was in excellent shape from the start, thanks to Superintendent Robert Zercher. But few courses anywhere have matured so completely, so quickly. If you're really into golf course design and have come to appreciate the unique characteristics that great designers bring to the fairways, Blackmore has Gary Player written all over it. Elevated tees are classic Player. They're his solution to helping you visualize your shots, especially for resort and vacation destination courses. Unlike your home course, you have no idea what's out there, so Blackmore's tees, usually surrounded with low-maintenance lovegrass, give you a bird's-eye view of what you're facing. Large mounds and sandbunkers provide a beautiful backdrop to many greens and an important safety net for the errant shot. You may still suffer a bogey or worse, but you're less likely to lose a ball. Blackmore's greens feature few obstacles in front. They're perfect for your bump and run game. And most of the greens are relatively flat. It's Gary Player's philosophy that too many severe undulations and slopes can unnecessarily penalize a golfer who's hit the green. The front nine winds through wetlands and woods, while the back nine opens up to a spacious, mounded, rolling terrain. And everywhere there are challenges that require careful club selection and good shot making. Number 11 has huge mounds down the right side of an otherwise straight, flat fairway. If you play them right, they can be an asset. Number 12 is a sharp dogleg right. A weak drive leaves an impossible approach. Or will you gamble and cut the corner? Number 13, that live oak tree can play havoc with your drive. And a big hook can land you in the cemetery that runs the length of the left side. The 15th is a beautiful par 3. From atop the elevated tees, you've got a clear view of the green, with very little room to bail out short, right or left. Blackmore's signature hole, number 8, presents you with a dilemma. A split fairway par 4 with a horseshoe-shaped tee. You can gamble and hit it straight down the narrow right fairway, a comfortable 270 yards to the green, but just 40 yards wide. The left side, a dogleg right, is no picnic either. You'll need at least 230 yards to clear the trees at the corner.
Well, we wanted to play this course because of the challenge from it, but also my 3 sons and I, in a little tournament, being from Scottish background, we felt very comfortable with this type of course. We specifically wanted to play this course because of the difficulty today. Obviously, I'm having a little difficulty with my boys, but things are going pretty well otherwise. So, if you have a chance, I suggest you play this course.
And the 509-yard home hole has become a favorite closing hole for tournaments. Do you go for the green in 2 and risk the menacing water, or do you play it safe and ensure your par? All in all, Gary Player has made Blackmore a fine test of golf. Against the dark waters of the Atlantic, the spectacularly lit Crown Reef literally glows. A new jewel on the Carolina coast, the Crown Reef opened in 1994 on the south end of central Myrtle Beach and became an instant hit with golfers. Just minutes from the airport and convenient to all the golf courses in the area, the Crown Reef is elegant but reasonably priced. Every room is oceanfront, and there are king rooms and king suites, all with private balconies. A 275-foot lazy river ride meanders below the balcony, along with the largest outdoor oceanfront pool in Myrtle Beach. There's an exercise room, too, and if you bring the family, lots to do for kids of all ages. Luxurious accommodations and amenities at reasonable prices. The Crown Reef Resort is truly golfer-friendly. If you haven't been to Myrtle Beach in the last year or two, you simply won't believe what's been built for you at Fantasy Harbor. The Gatlin Brothers 2,000-seat theater is spectacular with hundreds of shows each year. You're likely to catch Steve, Larry, and Rudy in their unique style or one of their international superstar guests. Across the boulevard, it's Medieval Times, already one of the most popular dinner attractions in Myrtle Beach. Good food, great fun, and a fabulous show. Next door, it's Magic on Ice, with the largest stage on the East Coast, with champion figure skaters and an illusionist that's ranked among the greatest in the world. And there's the unique Circle Theater, showing great acts throughout the year. And then there's the new Ronnie Millsap Theater, with live performances by another of country music's true legends, and superstars all year when Ronnie's on the road. The bottom line is this: no trip to Myrtle Beach today is complete without a trip to the excitement of Fantasy Harbor.
At the southern end of the Grand Strand is beautiful Pawleys Island, which lays claim to the title America's oldest resort. Pawleys Island was the summer home for the wealthy plantation owners of the Old South. Approaching the Heritage Club, our final Myrtle Beach golf course may give you some sense of what it must have been like back in the 1800s. The Heritage Club is a thing of beauty, and at over 7,000 yards from the gold tees, a hearty and healthy southern breakfast might be in order. We found head pro Gene McCaskill on the par 3 13th.
Thank you, Gary. Today we're here on our 13th hole. It's a beautiful hole, par 3. It's 235 yards, all carry over the water. A lot of days, especially in the wintertime, there's a little bit of wind in your face. So it is very important to be a good player if you want to play from the back tees here.
About 20 minutes south of Blackmore, beyond the fishing village and restaurants of Murrells Inlet, lies Heritage Club, a top-ranked golf course nestled amid 600 acres of giant magnolias, freshwater lakes, and wetlands. Its centerpiece is the 12,000-square-foot clubhouse, designed and built in the tradition of the famed Tara. Inside, grand staircases swoop down on either side of the foyer, which separates the dining area from the pro shop. A newer area, the Heritage Club offers 4 sets of tees and ranges from a very comfortable 5,800 yards to more than 7,100 yards. It's a fair course that allows a good miss here and there, and the generally large greens provide a variety of interesting pin placements. The 4th hole snares the spotlight as the signature hole. It's lined with ancient live oak trees that once marked the entrance to one of the old plantations. Just beyond the 4th green, you may catch a glimpse of the Waccamaw River and the new marina that serves the growing number of residents who have made the Heritage Club their home.
One real special thing about the Heritage Club is after you come off your front nine and you stop at the gazebo and get a hot dog, make sure you get 2 hot dogs, because when you go to the 10th tee, Izod, our alligator, our friendly alligator, will be there, and he is friendly when you do feed him.
Myrtle Beach has a wide variety of wonderful places to play golf, but throughout our travels, few golf courses and facilities combine to create such a stunning package. With manicured fairways and greens, abundant plant and wildlife, a friendly staff eager to help, and a clubhouse that's out of a coffee table book. the Heritage Club is truly a vision of the Old South for the 21st century.
I like to say we have ambiance. We're a little bit different than any place down here. We've got oak trees that are 300-400 years old. We've got magnolia trees, azalea bushes. It really is a place that if I were coming to Myrtle Beach, I would make sure I played here.
Well, that's it. Whether you come for a weekend or a week, I know you'll definitely enjoy your golf vacation at Myrtle Beach. Now, before I sign off, I have two final important tips to improve your game and your vacation. First, go out and take a lesson from your local pro. After all, remember, those who know support their pro. Or arrange for one when you get to Myrtle Beach. There are a lot of professionals, as you well know. Second, when you get to Myrtle Beach, don't forget to pull out your AAA membership card and tell them Gary Player and AAA sent you. See you next time. Like peaches and cream.